How's it going, YouTube? How's everyone doing? Not doing too badly myself. I haven't released a new video in a long time. I've been really busy with school and whatnot, but I'm releasing this video to make sure everyone knows that I'm not fucking falling out of it. Like, I'm gonna keep doing these, especially these punk album reviews, because I just love, discussing punk stuff. And I'm not gonna stop, so don't worry about that. So yeah, basically, just gonna dive right into it. I don't know how many people out there are fans of the band Go, but if you are, you'll be very pleased to hear that Mike Bullshit's new band, No Mistake, blows everything Go has ever made right out of the fucking water. And I guarantee you that if you hear Connect the Dots, Complete the Puzzle, the new No Mistake album, you will not be disappointed if you're a fan of the band Go. Actually, if you're a fan of, Judge, Youth of Today, Uniform Choice, Chokehold, Strife, Turning Point, if you're a fan of any, old school hardcore, you're gonna dig this album. I guarantee it. I mean, especially being from New York City now, and also being unsigned. It fucking just so mind blowing just that an album like this can get released in New York in today's day and age. Because I'm sure everyone out there knows that the metal hardcore holds a monopoly on all the hardcore bands in New York and a lot of places in the United States right now. And punk hardcore has gone even more underground than it used to be because all the really metal hardcore bands are basically taking over everything. And New York being a prime example of that, with this album coming out that's just so aggressive, fast-paced, thrashy, the stuff that I fucking love. My absolute favorite subgenre of punk is youth crew, straight edge hardcore from the late 80s. And, primarily the American stuff, but, this album just really, I'm very reminiscent of, all the old school hardcore bands, just because, Unity, Straight Ahead, all those bands are just, this No Mistake is very influenced by these bands. I even heard an Ill Repute influence even in Mike Bullshit's vocals at this time around because it's just so fucking powerful and thrashy. With the opening track, Riches song, right off the bat, a minute and 11 seconds. This song's an instrumental, but it's fucking pumps you up for the rest of the album. Don't get me wrong. This album, it fully delivers this song. And then the song right after that, Crosswords, probably the best track on the album. The chorus is just so fucking. Oh, I can't even describe it, but it's fucking powerful. They also did a cover of Boiling Point from SSD Control, which I'm not going to go too far into it, but Boiling Point is probably the only fucking song I like from SSD Control, and it's a good fucking, definitely good, they made a good choice by covering that song, because, yeah, that's definitely a fucking solid song, so, and they did a fucking decent job of it too. This whole album, start to finish, I will say though, however, if you aren't already a fan of this style of hardcore, of the punk influenced hardcore, there is metal influence in this album, but in all youth crew hardcore, there's a metal influence. There's no denying that. But all in all, it's still a hardcore punk album. And if you're not a fan of that, I can't really help you out, unfortunately. This really is for the hardcore punks who love the fast, aggressive punk. And, if you're not into that, nothing here. Sorry, this time around. But, you're really going to enjoy it. I will say that if you're not already into aggressive, fast-paced hardcore, this may not be the album to start out with. I would recommend going to listen to some Gorilla Biscuits, maybe some Turning Point, some Uniform Choice. Start you off with that, then ease into this, because this definitely isn't something you want to start out with. It's definitely something you need to ease into. You might be running out of the room screaming, fuck. This is some really, some hardcore shit. You really want to be able to, tune your ear to the sound of hardcore before getting into this album. But once you're already there, you will not be disappointed, I promise you that. I'll say that there is some forgettable tracks, Every album has their share of forgettable tracks, There's only a select few albums on this planet that are just absolute solid gold from start to finish. You know, it's expected. There are some, you know, songs that are better than others, but all in all, this is still a very solid album. It's only 14 minutes long, too. You can listen to this album on your fucking coffee break and, you know, really get a kick out of it. Overall, in all, I'd say this song gets a strong 7 out of 10. You know, it's nothing super special in terms of, you know, that kind of hardcore, but it's definitely a breath of fresh air. A really, you know, it's really refreshing to hear an album that sounds like this. That's, you know, just made last month. You know, it's fucking awesome. So I definitely recommend if you're into Youth Crew hardcore, if you're into any fuck, if you're into any of the fast-paced hardcore, like I keep mentioning, you're definitely gonna want to check this album out. You're definitely gonna get your money's worth. You know, they have free downloads online too, so you don't have to buy the album. Just listen to it, fucking rock it, and I will see you next time. Peace out.